Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via YouTube streaming, via Facebook streaming, and also via Skype online. To be without purpose, to live without purpose is the way. This is strange. To live without purpose is the way. In life, everything is for a purpose. We live for a purpose. But the world of innerness or religion is totally different. To live purposely is the way of life. To live without purpose is the way of being religious. We are confused about the master-disciple relationship. They do not know if they are ready for the spiritual path or not. There is no purpose in life. Then why do we live? The question comes in because mind seeks purpose. And spirituality is beyond purpose. There is no purpose in life. All search for purpose is bound to fail. To live purposelessly is the way of being religious. Religion is not a purpose because it is the way of your life. Religion is life. Politics has a purpose. Business has a purpose. Religion has no purpose. What is the purpose of a rose flower? What is the purpose of a song? So is the case with religion. It has no goal. Life is not goal-oriented. Logic is goal-oriented. Your problem is not that you do not have a purpose in life. Instead, your problem stems because you want to have a purpose in life. Why do we have to live? You cannot allow a life of non-purposiveness. You cannot allow this life which has no purpose. Instead, you want to enforce a certain kind of purpose in you. You cannot allow a directionless flow of life energy. You are coward. Cowards always want to narrow things down to a certain purpose. To allow a life of purpose is the way of cowards. Cowards always want to narrow down the things to a certain purpose, into a certain direction, into a certain goal. Only then they are at ease. If your energies are moving in different directions, it is said you have to be focused. It needs great courage to live without purpose. And to live without purpose is the way of being religious. It needs great heart to live without any direction. Just to live for no reason at all. Flower blossoms for no reason. You grow flowers for a purpose, to sell them. But flower on its own has no reason at all to live. Just to live for no reason, to live without any motivation, For the sheer joy of living is the way of heart. Just to live for no reason at all, to live without motivation, for the sheer joy of living is the way of heart. And mind seeks purpose and continues to fail. Heart seeks no purpose and always succeeds. Mind is desert-like. Nothing grows there. Mind is impatient and lives in time. And heart lives in eternity and rejoices each moment as it comes. Heart is the way to fruition, is the basis. Heart is the oasis in the desert of the mind. Your heart is the oasis in the desert of the mind. If you search purpose, then Master's abode is not the place for you. And for that matter, most of the people are seeking purpose in life. This you should keep in mind. There are many people around the world who will give you a purpose, but you will be deceived again and again. Because what can they do? They are promising something which is against life. Not that they are deceiving. They are just trying to help you. They may be good people and may not be cheats or charlatans. I am not saying that. But they do harm unknowingly, because they keep on helping your illusions, your purpose. A real master will destroy all illusions or purpose in life. There is no purpose. A flower blossoms just for the sake of blossoming, because there is no other way for the flower but to blossom. There is no other way for a river to flow towards the ocean. There is no way for the clouds to float in the sky. Master does not give you any hope, because there is no hope possible. He can only make you alert enough to live without any hope, and then joy comes in. There is a great joy, because with hope comes future. Hope is future oriented. Future brings anxiety and anguish. That's why with hope comes anxiety and anguish. With hope you start losing the present moment and start postponing the life. Life is now and here, not at tomorrow. Life was not yesterday. When yesterday was there as now, you missed it. With hope you start losing the present and start postponing the life. And this whole idea that there has to be a purpose is utterly meaningless. Even if somebody says there is a purpose, then again the problem will arise. What is the purpose of this? Someone says to attain to God is the purpose. But why? What is the purpose of attaining to God? The process continues logically. But the question remains the same. And you continue to stumble ad infinitum. 1,001 answers can be given, but the question is not solved. It is not answered. You simply go on pushing the question a little further and further away. But it always remains there, lurking, and sooner or later you will encounter it on the surface. Why not encounter it right now? Why waste time? There is no purpose in life. Life is beautiful because it has no purpose. If there was a purpose, the life would be a business. Business has a purpose, but life has no purpose. It is purposeless. If you want to be a master, if you want to be with a master, be alert, because master destroys all purpose. He is not giving you any consolation or securities. He is not helping people to improve, not at all. In the name of improvement, you are being poisoned. Master simply makes you alert to enjoy whatsoever you have, whatsoever you are. There is no condemnation, there is no evaluation, there is no judgment. Whatsoever is, just enjoy. Happiness comes and joy, sorrow comes and joy, pain, good, bad, whatsoever is. Good and bad are not the words that belong to the realm of the master. Open and closed are the words that he uses instead of good and bad. Either you are open or you are closed. Alive and dead are the words that he uses instead of good and bad. Master does not divide humanity into saints and sinners. He only delves humanity into people who are aware and those who are not aware. He is not a perfect man. Nobody can be perfect. And nobody has been perfect at all. Life does not allow anybody to be perfect. To be perfect means cessation of growth. You have reached the pinnacle and beyond that there is no growth. Only in imperfection the process of growth continues. And life is a continuously growing phenomenon. Life is a continuously growing phenomenon. Life is the process of evolution. Perfection is dead end. There is no going beyond perfection. What else you'd want? You have some idea of perfection. And if you look at the master with that idea, you will be puzzled. Life is not an opportunity to be perfect. Perfection is a foreign word to life. Totality is the way of life. Are you totally living or not? One can be total. Each moment one can be total, but totality does not mean perfection in any way. Totality does not mean perfection in any way. Master is for totality. Totality means wholeness, holiness. If you love someone, love totally. I am not going to say to love perfectly, because that is absolutely wrong and it is not possible. That is stupid. How can you love perfectly? Perfection is goal-oriented. Then you have the idea, this is perfection and this should be fulfilled. If it is fulfilled, then love is right. Then you put perfection higher than love. But love is the highest. I simply say be total in it, be utterly lost into it. While you are in love, why not be total? Never go half-heartedly in love, otherwise you will be a failure. Never go half-heartedly in love. If you are eating, eat totally. But be totally in anything you do. Do life be totally in anything you do, then life will be meaningful. If you are angry, then be totally angry, and everything will be beautiful. There is a famous anecdote about Mullah Nasruddin. Mullah is a Sufi device. When he was old, he was made justice of peace. The first day he was in the court, a man was brought to him. He was crying, and he said, "I have been robbed. All my clothes are taken. My money has been taken. And this has happened just on the boundary of this town. So the thieves must belong to your town. You have to look, sir. You have to find those thieves." The man pleaded. The man was only wearing a pair of underpants, and Mullah said, "But you are wearing those underpants." So he said, "Yes, they have left us." He said, "Then they cannot belong to this town." Why? Because in this town everything is done totally. Go somewhere else to seek justice. Be total in whatsoever you are doing. There is no need to be halfway in anything. Mullah Nasruddin is a Sufi device, and his anecdotes are very meaningful. It is a way to say things which cannot be said. I simply say be total in it, whatsoever is. You are eating, you are walking, you are driving. Totally means you are not thinking, you are simply into it. But it is not accepted in the world. You must be thinking something. You cannot think when you drive into this. No. I simply say be total, be utterly lost into it. While you are in love, why not be total? Never go half-heartedly into love. Otherwise it will be a failure. If you are eating, eat totally. Be totally in anything you do. Life will be meaningful. You are angry, then be totally angry and do things totally whatsoever you are doing. Then life will be meaningful. But there will be no purpose. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care.